Christmas all. Ho, ho, ho. I got my goofy Santa hat on today. Been a good Christmas for me. Let's see here. We want to do this. Got a nice picture of Charles. Came in here. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, hopefully we're done with these messages. All right. And I painted this. I guess it was yesterday or day before. I don't know. Whenever. And I'm going back over and detailing it out. It had the normal. Hey, good morning, Terry or Tony. Merry Christmas. And I just put the acro green on there, and we're going to sand that out, and I'll touch this up, and I'm going to go over the whole airplane where the paint job needs some attention. I'm not going to get too over crazy with it because you get no appearance points for profile. But something I thought I'd show that, you know, a paint job is never finished. It's only abandoned. And it's what can you live with? You know, a good paint job to you possibly won't be a good paint job to me, or vice versa. All I can think about is flying this at Brodak next year. I'm ready for Brodak. I'm so done with winter already. The days are getting longer, so we're in there. And we'll just doctor up what we got going on here. I mean, this stream is just to spend some time with me. I'm not really showing any major building techniques or whatever, but you guys say that you pick stuff up from me when I don't think it's important. So, okay, whatever. Now this thing is at 48 ounces now. I don't want to get over crazy. It's still got the coat of clear to go on it yet. You know, the trim colors won't weigh much because we're going to put those on with airbrush, but this thing's going to weigh 50 ounces. It's a big profile. It's just not what I wanted. I wish I'd had better wood to start with. But it'll be fun to play with. And if I crash it, I will never build another profile because my last crash was a profile. But that shouldn't happen this time. It's kind of kind of know what I need to do. But if you're going to crash, a profile is probably better than crashing a built-up airplane. I did lose a good Super Tiger 60 over that last crash, though. Saved the liner, but lost the block. It was a brand new block. Yeah. Well, we got 6 people on here. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm going to get out the book, the stunt history book, and see if I can copy some type of paint scheme for this, or get some ideas for a paint scheme. These horn clips are always a problem. Merry Christmas to 713 Flyer. Okay, I don't know who that is, but Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. Yeah, these horn clips are always a problem. They always show. So you got to go back over go back over them unless you glass them. And I didn't glass this. Didn't put any glass or Z-epoxy or anything on this flap because concerned about weight. Everything in this airplane is second and third choice. How I do my wood is I separate it. You know, the next airplane that I build, as soon as my next lot of wood gets here, will be all the lightest wood. So it'll be the lightest airplane that I can get out of that lot of wood. Then we'll go, I'll just use a number for example. Let's say that I got 5-pound wood, which hopefully it's more like 4-pound wood. But I'll build an airplane out of all 4-pound wood. Then the next airplane will be all out of all 5-pound wood. So I've separated it into third, fourth, fifth, sixth, choice. So progressively, as I dwindle down through my lumber, the airplanes get heavier. That's why this is heavy. Is it heavy to most? No, but I think I could have built this at 40 ounces if I'd had good wood. These flaps here were a set of flaps that I cut for a Junar XL in Dayton. And I go, man, these are too heavy for the airplane that I'm building. So I put them in the box. The spar in this airplane was a spar that I made 10 years ago, and it was too heavy. So I set it aside. So I took the spar and I used that. I didn't want to, use my good white pine up on a profile. All of the rib lumber, even though it's 3/32 instead of 1/8 inch, was 7-pound wood. The fuselage piece was 7-pound wood. Of course, you got a lot of plywood in it. So basically, this is a kit, weight of a kit wood. So did it turn out okay? It'll be flyable. It'll be okay. And for what it is, for the profile of it, there's no appearance points in profile. I'll probably end up giving this away, or selling it. But depending on how I like it. Now, it might fly really good and surprise the crap out of me and go, nah, it's not for sale. Because that has happened. So I've doctored that flap up. We got some other spots here that need doctored. Right here, I need to sand out some of this business. And we're just going to go back over and touch these spots up. This thing will get painted, the whole thing. And I'm running my hand over it and I can hear, ooh, that's rough. Feeling all that. I got to get this all out before I clear it. Still have no paint job in mind. Let's see, do we have any sunken thing here? Yep. So this flap has done the same thing. So we need to do that here, sand this area right here. We'll make it beautiful. Now remember, tonight there's going to be our normal hangout. It'll be at 8:30 Central, or 8, yeah, we'll do 8:30 instead of 8:45. 8:30 Central time. Basically the same time Charles starts normally. And hopefully we have the same cast of characters. That'd be good. Of course, I don't know. They may not like me as well as they like Charles. I'll stay on for an hour here. And we'll go away and come back later on this afternoon and come back. I will do 3 videos today. This flap is still pretty damn light. Even though it's my reject. She's pretty light. Uh-oh. I hear the Santa's elf coming up the stairs. Okay. Just a quick once over with this. It's turned out pretty damn good, really. I mean, not too awful much sanding. So this is what 4 ounces of paint looks like. We're going to add some more, but 4 ounces of dope mixed into 8 ounces gives you this. Give you a tenth of clear. Now we're not going to do any sanding up here on the wing. No need for it because it ain't getting painted. We're only painting the spots, only dressing up the spots that need it. What am I going to do back here? Shit. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Ron. Yeah, right here needs it, but I hate to do it because then I got to tape the push rod off and all that other business. There's a little spot right there. I might as well just bite the bullet and do it because I know I'm going to do it. Okay, look at this one. That's right. I love sanding. Now this second dust coat that's going to go on this will make such a big difference. It's ridiculous. After sanding it out, finding the spots and sanding them out. Usually the first coat is, ah! Yes, I have. I have some here. You got to make sure that it's non-oiled. It's got to be oil-free. I only use that after everything's done. But since the advent of 5,000 grit sandpaper, hey Tommy Lee, Merry Christmas. 5,000 grit sandpaper, I use that instead. Well, there wasn't much paint on this, that's for sure. That's a good thing. I'll knock this edge off. Yeah, this is the stuff right here. That is the right stuff right there. The 4/0 steel wool, unoiled. You can't. I'm online.
I know.
You can't have oil in the steel wool. But it's best to use after you're finished. You know, on the top coats, on the clear. That is not the stuff that you buy from Home Depot. That is stuff that comes from an automotive finishing, uh, a paint store. It's super great on glass.
Hey, what is that?
If you need to clean your windshield of your car, the super clean job, use that 4/0 steel wool. You think I'm BSing? Try it. Oh, good. Gets all that road gunk off the windshield. You know, there's not only do you have bugs on your windshield, but you have a film of diesel and tar and whatever. You can use clay on the windshield, but the clay kind of gunks up. So if you use that 4/0 steel wool, works pretty damn good. Okay, I don't want to get too crazy with sanding everything, putting a second coat on this because we're already overweight. But I do want to fix this, the spots that need fixing. Okay. I don't know what they've done to this dope, but yeah. I don't know what they've done to this dope, but this dope dries 10 times faster than it used to. You'll notice I painted this yesterday and sanded it today and it powdered off. Hey Alan, Merry Christmas. It powdered off. In the old days, you'd have to wait a week for it to powder off. So if I had to guess, I would say they added xylene to it to speed up the drying process. See, I had a spot here on the rudder I wanted to get. There's a low right there. But here again, I don't want to paint the whole airplane again. I just want to spot it. So I'm going to get the spots. There we go. I love the hat. Yeah, thanks. It's not mine, it's Chris's, but I'm not a real holiday type guy. But it is Christmas, so Okay, it's got a spot there that's gonna need some green. A little green. Yeah. Any product that's got xylene in it, they end up taking off the market. So they put aromatic distillates. I went to Harbor Freight the other day to. They've changed the Harbor Freight primer too. And now it no longer contains toluene and xylene. It contains aromatic distillates. And that means it's crap. We're going to have to speak up, guys. They're ruining our they're ruining it for everybody. All in the name of in the environment, which has nothing. I mean, you're not supposed to eat the paint. Okay, here's my theory or my outlook on things. Seatbelts save lives. They do. If you ever rode the AAA seatbelt sled, I have. A 7-mile-an-hour crash in a seatbelt feels like you hit the brick wall. So you'd hate to think what a 30-mile-an-hour crash would feel like. They mandated seatbelts. They mandated motorcycle helmets. Well, if let's say, how can I explain this? It's a money grab. They see you not wearing a seatbelt. Hey, let's stop him and give him a ticket. Hey, it's your life. If you want to not wear a seatbelt or not wear a motorcycle helmet, that's on you. Quit bothering people with all this nonsense, goody two shoes shit. It's just like the xylene and the thinners and say, it's my life. Smoking, I ain't believing that secondhand smoke crap. If you want to smoke, smoke. Christmas in Colorado Springs. Okay, great. Hopefully I don't hear from that. Get rid of this phone so it's not dinging. We got the boys on the group chat again. It's your life. That's it. When I drove a truck, the company I drove for, they didn't have insurance. They insured themselves. It was their insurance. So what's wrong with that? I do believe in insurance. Don't get me wrong, but to fine you for not having insurance, that's nonsense. I mean, you don't have insurance because you don't have any money. So if you crash, somebody can take your house from you. So it's best to have insurance. There's that phone again. 1-to-1. Knee replacement. How can I stop this? I guess I could turn it off. Damn, I get on the group chat and it dings every 2 seconds. Okay, where else do we want to fix? What other ones? I'm going to live with that one, I think. There's a little spot right there. I'm going over what can I live with, you know? The spot right there. Good enough, see it? You can tell there's no paint on it. It couple of swipes of the sandpaper and it's down to the clear. I don't want to do anything up there. Let's look at the nose. There's a spot underneath I want to look at. Yeah. I can remember when the phone used to be attached to the wall. That's right. They don't judge the finish. There's no appearance points in profile. Let's see, right there. Let me tell you why I do this. There's no appearance point. Oh man, let me turn this off. These guys can't let it go. Off. There's no appearance points in profile. But since you guys watch me and you expect me to have a nice airplane, I ain't showing up with junk. I'll let it go. I'll let this go in spots that I wouldn't let go for my Pampa airplanes, but it's going to be finished nicely, if that makes sense. They get finished just fine, and they don't get any fuel inside them. You can do it. You can do it a couple of ways. This has a carbon rod that runs all the whole way, and the wire goes from here all the way to here. So you can finish all your hinges, finish all your grooves, put it on there, and stick the wire in. You can do that, but it does not affect. It does not affect the outcome. You can't see in there. If you do it the way that I first did it when I first started doing it, with each one having a 1-inch hinge pin in it, you can't see. We'll let that go in clear. So that's gonna get sanded there, and another coat on it. I'll probably do the doors too again. Yeah, I don't want to show up to the field with a rag when you guys are watching me going, hey, look what he put out. So that's good enough. Yeah, I probably got some clear or some white in the gun already. Compressor's probably full. Just splits that real quick. If I don't have white, I can put it in real quick. Got very little, but should work. I've got to make another run to Wix for thinner and white. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Merry Christmas, Ron. Today's family day. The spot right there. I don't know if I want to monkey with it or not. The rough spot right there. Here again, do I want to monkey with it? I can get it on the clear. Bury it in the clear. There's a spot right here. Of course, that'll go away with the red or whatever trim color I'm going to put on it. That's another thing you got to think about. Where the trim color is going to be. If the trim's going to cover it up, don't paint it white. So let's get this off. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to open the window. It's raining outside. The end of the white there. I have to fill the gun back up. Merry Christmas, happy ho ho. Yeah, it needs another coat. It's the way it goes. I'll just we'll just hold it with this. Now I'm stuck. Oh, I do. Let's see. There we go. We got it figured out. I'll let that dry, and I got to fill the gun up. We run the compressor. I'm not going to do that on this trip. We only got 20 minutes left. On your next build, would you please do a demo? Okay, let me, I don't know if I can present. Let's see here. We want to do this. We want to go to my channel. Let's go to my channel, your channel. There we are. And that's here. I've already done this. I'm going to show you guys how to find my videos. Let's do present. Present. Share screen. YouTube. There we are. Share. All right. Now, if you go, oh, wait a minute. There we are right there. Add to stage. Let's see here. If you see this little magnifying glass right there, you tap on that magnifying glass, and in the search box type hinges, 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 and then hit enter. That searches my channel for hinges, pocket hinge tutorial, making template for making plate hinges for model airplanes. Millennium Monado had the hinge install. I have a voiceover on it. It all hinges on this a better way. I mean, I have done a bunch of videos on hinges. So if you're looking for hinges, 7134 silver, I mean, there is a bunch of pocket hinge tutorials. Hey, welcome. This evening, I'm going to show you with a voiceover video. Let's stop this, and we're going to remove this from the stage. So, hope that answers your question. Am I going to do another dedicated video on hinges? No, because so many people have asked me about those hinges, and I keep doing those videos over and over and over again. It's just, I mean, like I say, not on you, but that's how you find things on my channel. You go there, go to the channel, and on that little magnifying glass, just type in what you're looking for, and poof, it'll show right up on my channel. Polyspan install, how to cut ribs, how to shape tips or whatever. And it's not just you, because everybody asks me certain things that I've covered. I think I have almost 3,000 videos over an hour long on different things. YouTube doesn't explain how to find videos on channels. So once again, hit the little magnifying glass, type in what you're looking for, boom, it'll show up. All right, that answers everybody's question on how to find stuff on my channel. If you want to search my P47, just type P47, boom, it'll show up. Monado, boom, show up. And on the pocket hinges, I know I've done at least 10 videos, at least, because everybody wants to know how to use them. The hardest part with the pocket hinge is finding the brass grommets. Making the hinge isn't hard. Setting it up isn't. Finding the brass grommets. And don't ask me where I find them, because I have to search the internet. They're in different places at different times. Some from Amazon, some from eBay, some from, different sources. So I just source them out. You just type in what you're looking for on Google search. Google's pretty good with the search bar. It'll search, thousands of websites and give you information. A lot of it's bullshit, but you got to sift through it. It's just like that Prather fuel line. They thought they discontinued it. Well, buying a piece at Brodak, a foot of it at Brodak's for $5 is nowhere good as buying a 50-foot roll for $50. So, or whatever it was. So 30-foot roll for 50 or what, I don't know. It's kind of like buying 4 screws, 440 screws from Brodak's for $3 or 50 from Micro Fasteners for $3. So you just can't get them right this second. You got to plan ahead and order 100, That way you have them. You look at my little screw box, I have all the little screws, and when I get low on something, I go, oh, time to reorder, because you're going to need it. And it's $5 and it shows up 2 or 3 days later, and you always got them. Otherwise, you're scrambling. Does Schaefer's have them? Does Mark Twain have them? Or whatever. So covering come out real good on this one. I did a good job on sanding the wing. I mean, the fit on all the ribs is perfect. So I wish I'd have done this airplane before I did Simply Blues, because this is much better than Simply Blues on the fit. I mean, Simply Blues ain't no slouch, but this is better. So the next one that I do, we won't try to rush it. We'll take 2 months to build it instead of a month. And should be perfect. Nonetheless, I have 17 airplanes to choose from for next year's Nats. So hopefully when the weather breaks, I can get out my toys and pick out which one's going to be the best flying airplane and start practicing with it. I really want to bring my Viper back just because Win Paul's book. So and to be honest with you, there's only so many ways you can build a Nobler. I mean, that's basically what you got. They're all Noblers of sort, You got 4 parts. How many ways can you put 4 parts together? You got a wing, a stabilizer, elevator, stab, and a rudder. Fuselage, wing, stab, and rudder. 4 parts. How many ways can you put it together? When I watched Top Gun 2, the movie, I looked at that Dark Star, that SR-72. I knew it was not a wood prop. I knew that was a real airplane. And now they're finally admitting it. Yeah, it's a real airplane. 10 times the speed of sound. I think there's a whole lot of stuff they're not telling us, which is fine. I mean, what I want to know, and my dad wanted to know before he died, is who really got John JFK. And 60 years later, why are they keeping it secret? All the players are dead, Something's fishy. And you're going to find in another 60 years that the Twin Towers is fishy too, because they had all them people from, I can't remember the acronym, for the engineers saying buildings don't fall down that way. And that's a fact. Never before and never again has it happened. So something's funny. Am I a conspiracy theorist? Maybe. But you'll notice that all these theories are turning out to be true. I don't know if you guys remember Jesse Ventura's program, especially about all them coffin liners that you could put 10 people in. You think, well, what were they planning for? Were they planning for the scamdemic? Who knows? I know there ain't gonna be no masking again, but they're gonna come at us with something else. You can bet on that. You know what I need to do? I need to take this spinner off and stand it. I've got it all scuffed up. It's a magnesium spinner. Randy used to sell some pretty good stuff. I don't know what he's got now. You can tell it's magnesium by the color of it. It's darker. It won't polish like the aluminum one. More or less have to paint it. It's lighter. But we need to get this red scuffed off of here and get it shot up a different color. I don't know. White, I guess. Let's do white for now. It's got to match the fuselage, so fuselage is white there. Yep, my dad said, don't eat the paint. I haven't drank in 32 years or 33 or whatever the heck I forgot. I have to figure it out exactly. But they came out with Drunks Against Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and then DAM came out, Drunks Against Mad Mothers. All these goody two shoes groups. Just shit happens. Be ready for it. Be ready for it. Yeah. Drunks Against Mad Mothers. I know I've told this story, but I'm going to tell it again just because my dad was a character. At this bar in the desert, the health inspector came in and said, Dick, you don't have a urinal. I said, yeah, I don't want one. Well, city code requires you to have a urinal. I don't want one. So he was cited several times. I don't want a urinal. It's too much of a pain in the ass to clean. Well, we're gonna have to shut you down unless you get a urinal in there. And Dad said, okay. He finally gave in. We'll get a urinal. We put, him and I put in a urinal. It's about 4.5 foot off the ground. Health department came, looked in there, said, hey, you can't use that urinal. My dad said, exactly. Because there wasn't no standard for how high it had to be off the ground. Because we looked. But I'm sure that got fixed. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Hey, you can't use it. Exactly. Hey, Merry Christmas, Ross, boss driver. This is just a bunch of detail work that I'm going to do on this today. Get it closer and closer. This is my Christmas present to myself. I started a month ago. I thought it was going to be the blue one to be my Christmas present, but it turned out to be this one. That's okay. We needed it anyway. Now I can fly more events instead of just Pampa. Okay, we got it sanded out. Get some more paint on it, I guess. Do I have any primer? I might have a Crest primer. Yep. This is the closest to DC 540 there is. I'm sure this contains xylene. Herbert! Mary ho! We're going to be getting off here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to go grab a sandwich. Yeah. Got some scratches in it, but whatever. Have to sand them out. Big old scratches. The guys used to buy, our hour's up, but when I built plastic models, Revell glue was the glue to get. Here's another thing they ruined for us. The glue heads would grab that yellow and blue Revell glue and get a paper bag and go behind the store and sniff it get high or whatever they do on that shit, glue your last brain cell together. So they've taken that off the market. Now plastic glue doesn't even work. I bought some plastic glue to glue a plastic pilot together, a monogram. It was shit. So if you want to glue that stuff together, buy acetone. It melts the plastic together. I just get tired of having to get around all these stupid laws and garbage. No more chlorine dust, no more carbon tetrachloride. Trying to get rid of toluene and xylene, MEK. All these things work. Just not supposed to eat it, drink it, sniff it. If you're that stupid, well, sorry about your luck. All right, that was the first Christmas special for today. I'll be back later on this afternoon. And then we'll do our program tonight at our normal time. And hopefully some people will come in and give me a break from talking. It's very difficult to talk for an hour, but I'm doing it. All right, we'll see you after bed. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. If you don't watch us again this afternoon, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and fair winds and tight lines, even though it's colder than hell out. See ya.